Opponent safe switches into Trevenant, and here comes Drifblim. Just look at the Astonish damage. The opponent farms up to a potential Shadow Ball. They actually go for the Seed Bomb bait, but no bait. We'll be saving this tree's fate. Welcome back to the channel. We are back at it with yet more triple shadow destruction, and my god, today we really are looking at some destruction. Taking a look at two Shadow Astonish users, and my god, the damage output is absurd. I'm still trying to get my head around Astonish being a good move. We got a buff to it a few seasons ago. We was all hoping it was going to be a good move, and it wasn't, but now it is the real deal. Ghost will be resisted by both normal types and dark types. Normal types pretty common in this season's meta due to the buff to rollout, Dunsparce, and Licky Licky are here, there and everywhere. Dark types also pretty common, especially the ever annoying Mandibuzz, so it makes a lot of sense to run this ABB team with an oppressive fighter in the lead, and there is no fighter more oppressive than Shadow Machamp. Of course, this season we're going to be showcasing the double legacy variant, running Karate Chop, Cross Chop and that Hail Mary Stone Edge. Today's battles have been submitted to the channel by the highly talented trainer known as AWwwman. So without any further ado, let's get into the battle. And in game one, AWwwman leaves the oppressive Shadow Machamp into Mandibuzz, exactly where the team wants to see it. Machamp stays in. We've got to be mindful the opponent, of course, has got access to Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace, a pretty shit move, but Shadow Machamp really cannot tank a hit to save its life. We force a Protect Shield, YOLO in the Stone Edge. AWwwman looks to tank the Aerial Ace, which gets us low, but we're not in danger of getting fast move beat down as the Snarls are resisted. AWwwman shields up the next Aerial Ace. He's going to look to get this Mandibuzz out of here, YOLO in the second Stone Edge. The opponent shielded the first. Are they willing to shield the second? Yes, they are. Machamp still not done. The opponent looking for that Snarl farm down, but Machamp's like, nah. No dark type will be snarling me down. Machamp wins the 2-1 shield, and we see the pivot into Amoonguss. Clefable temporarily makes an appearance onto the battlefield before the opponent retreats, sending out Clodsire. Clodsire greeted with the foul play. It doesn't do too much damage as we're not a dark type and Clodsire has 10 bazillion HP. The trade-off for Clodsire's ridiculous bulk is a hit like a wet noodle. The opponent fires off the Stone Edge. Amoonguss withstands the damage, over farms before firing off the next foul play. We then see the pivot into Machamp trying to make the catch unsuccessfully. AWwwman still with a Protect Shield tied behind, sends out Drifblim, and we're going to see the no shield. Stone Edge will be hitting for super effective, but AWwwman knows it simply will not get the job done. The opponent goes to the wham bam combo play, send out Clefable, fire off the Swift, which still doesn't knock out. AWwwman putting it all on Amoonguss. Amoonguss normally runs Grass Knot as its second move, but we've got that Sludge Bomb coverage. Clefable certainly won't appreciate that damage. It's going to be high Clefable, by Clefable, Sludge Bomb, picks up that one hit KO. Amoonguss, Astonish farms down, and we take that game. Apologies for my voice today, I'll be honest, I'm feeling pretty ill, I don't really know why, but it is what it is, the show must go on. In the next battle, we see Dunsparce in the lead. Machamp very happy to catch the normal type in the lead. AWwwman farms up, makes a savage double resisted drill run catch onto Drifblim. The opponent's opting to stay in, and that works out very nicely for AWwwman, as these Astonishes are double resisted, meaning we are getting so much free energy. Oh boy, the opponent sends out Gastrodon. Surely, trainer, that cannot be your best response. Unless on the off chance this opponent is running Water Pulse, we double resist everything. The opponent doesn't even build up to a potential Water Pulse and opt for the double resisted Body Slam, which I think actually healed our balloon. We fire off one further Icy Wind, and at this stage, I think we're just going to fast move beat him all the way down, which we get. Out comes Jump Bluff. The opponent says, no thank you, I'm out of here, and we're going to take that game. In the next battle, Machamp picking up yet another fantastic lead. This Lapras is running Frost Breath. Don't do that. If you're going to run Lapras, invest in Elite TM into Ice Shard. Ice Shard isn't the best move in the world, but it's objectively better than Frost Breath. You can even run Water Gun. In certain metas, Water Gun isn't all that bad. Frost Breath just takes 6 bazillion years to get to any charge moves. While I was giving you all a lecture about the poor choice of fast move from the opponent, oh my days, we almost missed a big boom. What the heck was that? No, why would you send out Kadabra? What is going on here? These early ranks really are the Wild West, and we've just seen an absolute massacre. Unfortunately, this opponent isn't really running optimal Pokemon. I don't even know if that's the right CP, as I am shoutcasting on my phone. But Pokemon Go PvP isn't for everyone, and I think this opponent's probably uninstalled the game and probably returned to playing Fortnite. We'll say GG's regardless, and we're just going to move swiftly on. In the next battle, we see Crobat in the lead. Not fantastic by any means. We see the save switch into Drifblim. Drifblim going to go straight for the Icy Wind, looking to do big damage or force early shield advantage. The opponent obliges, putting up that Protect shield. Crobat banks a boatload of energy, and then out comes Ampharos, another Pokemon I'm super hyped to use this season, especially in the Ultra League. We instantly greet him with the Icy Wind. Again, just look at the astonished damage. This Ampharos is already below half health. Arman now sends out Amoonguss. Amoonguss' task will be operating as the damage sponge. We tank the Brutal Swing. We then see Arman make a very nice Brutal Swing catch back onto Machamp. Machamp looking for that Karate Chop farm down, but Ampharos' pace in this season is insane. It takes 3 to the first Brutal Swing and then just 2, 2 and 2 to the next ones, which is pretty crazy. Back out comes Crobat. However, Crobat is so low that even a double resisted Cross Chop will be securing the knockout from this range. Let's see what they've got in the back. Oh, hello, Steelix. Nice to see you. Nice. Steelix certainly will not appreciate the Cross Chop. Machamp hits like a truck, unlike Steelix. The opponent has access to Psychic Fangs. Arman looking for that shield flex. The opponent fires off the Psychic Fang. We withstand the damage, and Arman is going to return the favour with that bad manners double resisted Sludge Bomb. We even hit no bubbles, but it's still enough to get the job done. GG's. Heading into the next battle, we see Gastrodon in the lead. 2 better responses in the back, so we save switch into Amoonguss, and out comes Salazzle. Holy, these Incinerates are doing big damage. However, we're able to force ourselves a shield advantage in the mid game, which is always nice. Once again, we can see an example of just how oppressive Astonish is this season. Getting this Salazzle below half health, although in fairness, most quick moves do a lot to the glassy Salazzle. Arman sends out the balloon, looks to call the bait. Oh boy, we get nuked through 2 Protect shields, then force the shield of Poison Fang. The opponent sends out Talonflame, getting the snipe, and unfortunately that's curtains for us. Arman's going to say, "You've got me, Mr. Opponent," and we're going to concede the match. In the next battle, we see the buffed Fairy Wind Marwal, a very cool pick. The opponent save switches into Mandibuzz. We're a grass type, they're a flying type. But you can see that Sludge Bomb does quite a lot of damage, and Aerial Ace isn't going to be able to knock out. So believe it or not, this looks like a fairly close matchup in the Zero Shield. Arman farms up, throws a Sludge Bomb on the charge attack priority, leaving Mandibuzz deep in the red. When I first saw the move update released when the World Championships were on, I think Amoonguss was one of the Pokemon I was most excited to see. I've had the pleasure of shoutcasting this thing quite a few times, especially in the Ultra League. Shout out Field of Boars, and I couldn't believe how good it was. Now Astonish is buffed. I really hope he sends me some further battles because I think that thing's going to pop off. It's today's video a shoutcast on me and my random thoughts, so let's try and return to the commentary. Machamp forced a Protect shield with the Cross Chop. They return fire with the Iron Head. We weren't interested in shielding Machamp, instead Arman putting all his hopes and dreams on the back of a 2-shielded balloon, and that is a very good call as out comes Marowak. Marowak does have access to Rock Slide, so Arman's going to be able to go for the 1 shield. Astonish farm all the way down, and this is going to be G to the G. Marwal doesn't have much HP remaining. I doubt they're going to make another move. Nope, they certainly are not, as one Astonish is going to be all she wrote. In the next battle this time, we see the Shadow variant and Marowak in the lead. We see the save switch into Amoonguss. Amoonguss being part poison, taking massive damage from these mud slaps. The opponent fires off the Rock Slide. Then send out Toxapex, which is somewhat of a problem for our team. Arman fires off the Foul Play. You can see Toxapex insanely thick. That Foul Play just tickled it. We then send out Drifblim. This essentially is where the team wants to see it, but both our charge moves are going to be resisted. Brine doesn't do too much. The poison jabs are resisted as Ghost does resist poison, but Arman is now going to be forced to start shielding up Brine, which always feels really bad. The opponent gives up switch, sending out Dugong, doing us a huge favour. We're able to fire off the Mystical Fire, then align Machamp onto the Ice type. However, the opponent still has 2 Protect shields to hide behind, and that Toxapex is still going to be a problem. We fire off the Cross Chop, forcing the opponent's first Protect shield. As we've lowered Dugong's attack, we are going to be able to tank any one move. Machamp actually tanked that really well. That's not really a testament to our defence. More of a dig at just how pitiful Dugong's attack stat is. Machamp fires off the cross chop, securing the knockout. Why the hell would you send back out Marowak? We fire off the cross chop, forcing the opponent's final protection. They get the mud slap farm down. We send out Drifblim, look to fire off the Icy Wind, but the opponent makes a very nice catch. Catch him back onto Toxapex, but Drifblim able to get the Astonish farm down. This is almost certainly a Bone Club bait. The opponent actually full sends the Rock Slide. Somehow we're going to manage to emerge victorious, but I think that's more on the opponent's really poor decision making. But it is what it is. We are going to take that game. In the next battle, we see Machamp into the basic bitch tin can of Registeel. The opponent instantly retreats into Trevenant, and here comes Drifblim. My god, just look at this Astonish damage. The opponent goes for the Seed Bomb bait, but no bait. We'll be saving this tree's fate as we're able to get the full Astonish farm down. The opponent then sends out Mandibuzz. We fire off the Mystical Fire. I've got no idea. Well, I wouldn't Icy Wind. I guess we just blind throw. Anticipating Registeel re-entering the battlefield this time, we do throw the Icy Wind, which does hit for super effective. Drifblim putting in so much work, able to delete one Pokemon and get one further Pokemon deep into the red. The opponent forced to reset that double debuff to their attack. They send out Registeel, recognise the game's over, and they are going to concede the match, with Drifblim clearly being the MVP. In the next battle, we see Malamar in the lead. These Psywaves are going to absolutely shred through Machamp, but BRRR looking to stay in, fire off the cross chop, force him chip and dip before sending out Amoonguss. The opponent counter swaps Jumpluff. They're probably expecting Foul Play and Grass Knot. What surprise trainer, we've got Sludge Bomb. Let's go. Big damage to the bulky flyer. Let's see if the opponent's also running Acrobatics, which they're going to need to secure the knockout. Nope, just an Aerial Ace, which is going to mean they're going to be forced to double throw. At this point, we could probably even Karate Chop farm down. Let's see if we go for that. It looks like we're actually going to opt to send out Drifblim, getting a running start. Oh man, out comes Stinky Binky. Drifblim gonna fire off the Icy Wind, and I guess we've got to retreat back into Machamp. Back out comes Machamp. The opponent then retreats back into Malamar. Malamar is so low. Can we Karate Chop farm down before they reach the next move? Oh, that is so annoying. The opponent on like an invisible HP. Machamp is now so low that we're gonna get Rock Throw farm down. We fire off the first cross chop, forcing the opponent's first Protect Shield. The opponent likely shield this as well. We do pivot out into the balloon and then concede the match. There is nothing worse than using that silly butt plug carving. In the next battle, we see Girafarig in the lead. We are ABA weak to Confusion, or ABA weak to Psychic, but Confusion certainly is something we don't want to tank. We force ourselves early shield advantage, then send out the balloon. I say ABA weak to Confusion as opposed to Psychic, because something like Cresselia, I think Amoonguss would be very favoured in the matchup, especially now Future Sight has been nerfed. The opponent 2-shield the Giraffe. How the hell do we get rid of this silly Giraffe? We send out Amoonguss. Amoonguss not going to appreciate these confusions. We're going to tank them objectively better than Machamp. We shield the Psychic Fangs. The opponent already at the next one. And we're now forced to go all shields down, and this Giraffe's done a pretty good job of running for our team. Finally we managed to remove it from the field of play. Out comes Mandibuzz. We reset our debuff, then instantly concede the match. In the next battle, that's a yikes lead. Something else our team doesn't particularly want to see. We say switch into Amoonguss, baiting out Skeledirge. Trainer, this is just a grass move, I promise. You can tank any one move. Just kidding, Foul Play secures the knockout, and just like that, switch advantage is ours. Although I don't know why I'm getting so excited, as this thing is still a huge problem for us. Amoonguss able to survive the X's and get us some very valuable Astonish damage. We now send back out Machamp. I don't disagree with this play. Just go straight for the cross chop and look to get this thing as low as possible. Cross chop goes unshielded. We see the instant no shield from BRRR. He looks to call the X's a bait. Oof, that's not an X's, that's definitely a discharge. Out comes a Wish Daddy Cash. Wish Daddy Cash instantly greeted with the cross chop, and we see the pivot into Drifblim. This certainly isn't enough for a Blizzard, but we may as well shield the first move, as we're going to look to debuff their attack with the Icy Wind. We shield up the Scald, BRRR then throws 3 Astonishes and the Icy Wind for optimal fast move timing. Icy Wind forces the opponent's final Protect Shield. BRRR very wisely choosing to tank this next move, knowing the opponent will have the ability to reset their debuff, which they do. sending back out Chargebug, but Chargebug gets Astonish farm down. Drifblim leaves with the Icy Wind. Icy Wind picks up the knockout, and we're able to take that game. And that, unfortunately, is going to wrap things up for today's showcase. A huge shout out to AWwwman for a very fun triple shadow battle submission in the Open Great League. I think Astonish is a pretty good move this season, especially from a shadow Pokemon. My god, the fast move pressure was real. I actually think both Amoonguss and Drifblim will be even better in Ultra League, which is only a couple of days away now. I've personally got my Shadow Drifblim built and ready to go, and I cannot wait to use it. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to our battle submission form is down below, and as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.